Welcome to Frostpunk, the essential steampunk game, because we're literally running an entire generator on Steam. We are trying to survive for 50 or 100 nights, depending on what we do. In an endless survival, we are in this crater, as you can see. 65 adults, 15 children made it. There are others out there, but we have to find them. We have to build a city. We have to survive. Can we survive for 50 nights as it gets colder? First things first, the very first law we're going to do is children must work. I know you don't like that, kids, but unfortunately school's out for summer. The very next step is 2 workshops. We'll be needing those because we need to get some tech on the field. The next thing we'll be doing is grabbing all resources. We need some coal to obviously run the generator at night. We also need access to wood. A lot of the early buildings are made of wood, so the children will go out and grab this. We need to go find where all the wood is on this map, randomly generated. And then we need to start building buildings. But we need wood, we need some metal, and we need some survival. With the factories up, the very first thing we need, if you actually look at what we're going for, we need steam hubs so we can expand our radius of buildings with actual heat. We'll be needing the beacon to actually explore. That will be a major one. Actually, no, we're going to go for faster gathering to get gathering up faster. So that's what we're going for. Getting faster gathering, then getting the beacon up and running. The faster we have the resources, the better. As resources get built up, we need important things on the ground. We need a cookhouse. We need the beginning of our medical post. We're going to have one here and the second one put in, so that when our people inevitably get ill from being at -20 for several days, we can get them back to almost fighting fit. And finally, some houses. Now, the very first ring will be the warmest, because turning the heater on will do the first ring. We could extend the range, but that'll use a bit too much. So, we're going to try and get the steam up and running. Then we're going to do a layered system of more houses along here, and then one of those boilers along here to heat the entire system up at the back. People are going to get a little bit cold at night, because only the first ring gets warm. So, 40 people happy, 40 people not so much. But day one, that sounds good to me. Okay, our first tech has been done. We have faster gathering. That will help immensely. Now we're going straight for the beacon. We need 35 metal and 20 wood to get the beacon. Then we need 40 wood and 5 workers to go out and explore. We need that for more resources and people. Okay, nighttime has happened at 6. We can extend it till, I think, 8. But obviously, we need a little bit more going on. The steam is now active for 22 hours. Coal will be important when the cold snaps start hitting, especially there, day 5. But for now, we're going to get all these buildings built up. We're going to get an engineer or 2 inside the medical post to stop my people dying. And tomorrow, someone's going to start working in the cookhouse because we also kind of need our food to not be raw. Going straight to emergency shifts. This will give us 24 hours. We need all of our tech up and running as fast as possible while we still have a little bit of research. So I'm sorry it's 1:40 in the morning. Get back to work, day 2. The first ill people have started showing up. We need these people to be healed as soon as possible. So 2 of our workers are in here. Hopefully they don't get ill. Yes, I've had a quick run as a test. I haven't played this game in years where they all got really ill. The beacon has been researched. We can't build it yet, but with the beacon research, we want to the next thing. So we need a steam hub, and then we can start moving on to the next level of stuff. Like I say, we need access to renewable resources. We need the wall drill and the coal mining. The wall drill is super important because we only have so much wood, and wood is important for the very beginning to actually get research done, get stuff upgraded, get roads down, houses down, stuff like that. So wall drill, coal mining. We could go sawmill and steelworks, but they're a little bit more useless. We're going to go straight for the wall drill because we have 3 steam cores. Drill into this petrified frozen wooden forest which is in part of the wall around us. A new work day has started. Everyone's already out there grabbing resources. We can start expanding. We need a second medical post, of course. 2 medical posts means 10 people. That is super important, so another medical post will go down. The beacon is also important. It doesn't need anything, so we're going to push it all the way out here. In fact, the beacon is probably the most important build we're going to do, so let's have it all the way out there in the open. We'll need 40 wood to actually get the thing running, so let's get this ready for tonight. Let's launch the balloon. We now have steam hubs. We can now expand our heating zone. That'll be absolutely great. Next thing we need is internal heaters. Internal heaters will give us access to actually heating our workshops, so they're slightly further away. Why are you working, sir? Oh, you're the medical post? Why are you working? This is where our steam hub's going to be. By my estimation, this is going to cover the entire area of this, a little bit over here. We can start moving more steam hubs as and when we can. But of course, right now, wood is a bit expensive, so using just to put a beacon, a hub down is a bit of a problem, but we will be needing it for the -50. We've got resources to build this. We've got some other stuff going on. Everything is coming along quite nicely today, although our wreckage is starting to get depleted. Today is a wreckage depletion day, I feel. Oh, we've gained access to one of our children wants a day off. That's a problem. Nah, should be okay though, should be okay. Wood crates are depleting. That shows that we're finally getting somewhere. Once all the wood crates are gone, that'll be great. We need all of them immediately. We've got like this one here, nearly done. This one here, untouched. And this one here. So we've got 2 untouched, and that'll be all of our wood. Heaters have been researched. Good. So we could probably do sawmill, steelworks, coal thumper, not just yet. Hunter's gear is important because we'll need some more food. So I'm going to grab the hunter's gear. Then I'm going to go grab the next tier. A new law is being introduced. I think we're going to go for, let's see, probably access the extended shift. The extended shift isn't happy, but we probably sometimes need 14-hour shifts, especially if we're grabbing resources. So stuff like coal and things, 14-hour shift. We're going to try and grab as much as we can from it before, you know, we all die. Like, they're going to do a long shift out in the cold. Probably should have had that a lot earlier, but we didn't. So, good for them. Free time, getting up the beacon, we're getting up the hunter's hut, we're getting up the steam hub. Things are going well for the city. The beacon has been built. We are no longer blind. And we've just gained access to this research. So now we can go for the next tier. We've gained all the things I kind of need. We're going to go for the next tier. It's going to take a little while. Then we're going to get the drill up and running. However, we now need 5 more workers. Let's take 5 workers from here. Deploy them to here. Once we get the wood, which I would have had if I'd just done what I told myself to do. We can't deploy the beacon because I've just put a new research in. Oh, no! Okay, I've cancelled the hunter's hut so I can get this up and running. And now we're going to go Frozen Hawk, wrecked vehicle. Go for the wrecked vehicle because I think that has coal and steel. Day 8 hours. So we've just begun exploring the world. We've wiped out this, which is a problem because I'll be needing to build that back again soon. And some of my people are a little bit ill, but we should be okay. New day, everything looks fine. We have lost a little bit of degree by 10, but it's expected. As you can tell up here, the next one is the big one. Let's get our new stuff going on, shut down this, and hopefully no one dies. Our guys who are working now are fine, and so these people will be up and running again very soon. We now have access to the tier 2 stuff, or tier 1 as it's called here. So we're going to be going straight into, but we're going to go straight for the wall drill. Then we're going to go for the hothouse, then we're going to go for the coal mining. All 3 things are important, and they'll use all 3 of our stored cores. But we're going to go straight for the wall drill, which means the guys in this one are probably going to be working 24/7. Sorry guys. And with that we can get a new law into practice. I'm going to go straight for the fighting arena. People are going to fight for my amusement and we're going to have fun with that. That way people will be happy about life because there's some people beating their heck out of each other. And that's what we all want in the grand scheme of things, isn't it? 2 men or 2 women or both punching each other in the face for our amusement, and it's not scripted. The heating is back on for the night. Everything seems to be running okay. We have people obviously not very healthy right now. A lot of them require healing. It's going to take a few days for people to get back up and running. We actually have the first of our hunters going out, and we have the wall drill. Now this is obviously a big one. It can be built in one area, and that area is here. This will give us all the stuff. Look at that thing. Let's get us some trees. And with that being researched, we're also going to go grab the hothouse. That's kind of needed. It's going to require some resources and so on, but we do need access to more food. So let's get things more built, and hopefully people don't die. Why are you telling me this? Yes, I know I'm using steam cores. Let's carry on. Scouts have reached a wrecked vehicle and found coal and steel. I will take that. And then they will be travelling to the large crater. If I vaguely remember from years ago, there's people there. This is our final day before the cold sets in. We're now going to be grabbing as much as we can, which probably won't be wood. We have stopped research for a little bit. We need to get food in now. Food is now officially a priority. So we have a hothouse just here, which obviously isn't that hot right now. We're going to be putting another heater over here. We have access to my hunters. They're going to be going out as well. We'll be needing more hunters. So we're going to be moving away from all of that for now. Can we put children in here? No, we cannot. That's a shame. So the drill's being put up. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be grabbing all the good resources after the freeze has ended in day 7. A new steam hub is going up over here. We're going to be using that to expand our health area. It's going to be our health. We're going to have food over here. It's being made by the kids. They are our future, and we are not eating them yet. Another steam hub is going here. As you can see, we're building a slow ring of hubs. Of course, that will require more coal, of which we're gathering as much as possible to survive this. But we should be okay. We are going to have to bring up our tech very, very soon. We'd like to have some more generator power. That's going to be a big thing I should have already done. This could screw us over. The next big research we're going to go for, honestly, is probably get the bunkhouse. They do cost a bit more wood and metal than I'd like, but we can get wood now consistently. Metal, steel, we're going to have to figure it out. But yeah, we need to get these houses upgraded. We need the people to be able to be okay at night. So bunkhouses are now the next stage. A lot of my people just became ill at the same time. That's an issue. Let's get a new law in to try and solve that. So we're going to go for radical treatment. We're going to try and heal them, or we'll cut their legs off. So they better not get ill. Oh, well, scouts have made it to the crater and there were survivors. How many did we get? 8 children, 13 engineers, 19 workers. Let's bring them back. Supplies and people. Going to take us a day to get here, so they'll be arriving just at the end of the freeze, give or take. Yay. Please boot up. So yeah, freezing is now a problem. We have another med post up and running. That will help out a lot. So we should have a spare engineer somewhere, wherever he is. Where's my spare engineer? God, you guys should not be out that far. That's going to get you guys killed. 41 coal, worth the risk, I'm sorry to say. Frostbite over here, also probably worth the risk. I'm sorry to say, kids, the kids are our future and they're freezing for our survival. We just gained severe frostbite. I'm going to be putting my people out from the edges because now we actually have someone who is useless to us. Cool. And prosthetics are a little bit further away. That's an issue. We've just lost one of my workers. Cool. Amputation because of what I've done. Let's pull them all back. Let's not do that again. Bunkhouses are complete. I could build one and get some more research. I'm beginning to think, well, we can't get any bunkhouses down. We don't have any steel. We'll just have to survive for a little bit longer. More houses are going up because we'll be soon be getting a lot more people. My estimation is about 40 people, so 4 more houses are going up in the residential district. Then we need to start finding some jobs. The jobs should be good to go very soon. And then a lot less good to go. We need a lot more wood and steel. It's time to really get the resources going in and also deal with our amputee. Outside of that, we need a new law. I'm thinking we need to get some overcrowding going on. People will be upset about it, but we need to get these full of people. We need as many looked after as possible. They'll get discontent about it, but it needs to be done. Are we about to run out of coal? Come on, nearly made it, nearly made it. We're about to run out of coal at night. This is going to be cold. Oh, and we've gained access to more people and coal. We just survived. And let's send you guys out to the radio station, I think. We need to get a second team of scouts out. So that'll be our next thing. Getting a second team of scouts. As soon as we can do that, we'll be happier. With all of our new workers and new day, we can actually start really working on all the research and stuff we want. We're going to grab as much materials as we can because we need to make sure everything we grab is now ours. So all the metal, all the wood, everything is being grabbed while we still have a chance. Obviously the further away stuff will be grabbed soon, but people are 25 are now cold and ill. That's a problem. That's a big problem. But we should be okay regardless. We're also grabbing more scouts, like I said, so we can get another scout team on the field. That is super important. We've got more wood coming in from there. That is really important. Everything is starting to look a lot better. We just need to make sure it stays looking a lot better. Okay, we now have access to another beacon team. This team is going down to the Frozen Hulk. So the teams are now going to be exploring. 2 of them is really good. Probably a little bit late, day 6, but, you know, we're getting there. We do need access to more food, so another Hunter's Hut may have to go down, which is a shame. I could put another hothouse, but we don't really have access to that level of resources. As in the fact that we only have 1 core left. I'd like to get a coal mine. Or a steel mine. They're both very important, but yeah, we need both right now, which is a problem. Didn't add an extra research in. That was stupid of me. We definitely need our people to get the medics up and running faster. Then we can get into infirmaries and so on, but our medics need to be working faster and healing people quicker. May only be 10%, but that's really going to help out when we have this many ill people. See that? That's fine. The children, however, less so. The children have issues. We may have frozen them to death. The second Hunter's Hut is up and running. We may not be able to get all the food we need, but we should be getting plenty of food. A lot more people have come out of care, and a lot more people went straight back into care. The medical sector is doing okay. We just need to make sure we don't get overwhelmed. So currently we can deal with 30. I can easily up it to 40. We do need a couple more engineers for that, but I believe we're doing okay. And after this, temperature goes up again, we can actually get some serious mining going on. All the metal, all the coal, all the awesome. Because then we have 2 lovely days before it gets worse. Day has become nicer. Look at that. Everything is suddenly so much better. Welcome to day 7. The only respite we're going to get for quite a long time. Our first team has reached the radio station with coal and steel. I will happily take that. Yes, I will. And then we have options of rocky or rock formation. Wow. I think I'm going to go with the rocky promontory purely because it seems to be closer. We'll go there and keep exploring. Team in the north, team in the south. We've also gained medical post research, so medical will go up. We've got a couple of bunkhouses going in progress so people don't have jobs. And we're also going to be grabbing, while I'm at it, let's see, triage? No, not triage. Care home? Yeah, we don't really have the gravely ill, are we? We're going to have to go for care home, because I'd really quite like to get prosthetics, but I don't think we're there yet. So we're going to go public house and access to coal mining. Coal mining is super important because we don't really have any coal right now, and we're going to be needing it in day 9. No one seems to want to mine them. That is worrying, to say the least. That's very worrying, to say the least. I'll deal with that soon, I hope. Scouts have found the frozen hulk. Good. Ship used to be part of the Royal Navy. That is gone. Grab the coal, grab that, and then we have to go straight to the snow dune. It's the only thing we can do. Let's keep exploring south. Well done, Scouts. I'm proud of you, vaguely. We have access to coal mining. I just made these guys work all night, and now they hate me, but they did it. I'm proud of them. So coal mining is on the menu. That's a big one. That is the start of things looking tasty. Well, on the subject of upgrades, I'm getting as many bunkhouses active as possible because we're going to be needing them. And the bunkhouses, of course, are going to be a bit of an issue because I'd like for them to be worked on when people get back from work, not literally the beginning of the day. So we're going to pause these before they stop. But yeah, we're going for bunkhouses now. They are super important. Bunkhouses, we also have research. The steelworks, so we're going to need steel. We've got a few days left of digging out in the snow, and then we're going to run out of days of digging out in the snow as it gets significantly colder. We're bringing in the new law where we're going to have moonshine in all the food. Every time they have some food, they're going to be a little bit happier. That will help out a little bit more as my people go to work and don't bring in the coal we desperately need. Guys, please, the coal. Oh god, there's so many ill people too. We might have to pull people off food just so we can actually have people doing coal. Because coal is super important, guys, seriously. Okay, steelworks is now researched. That will give us access to actual steel when we run out of things to grab, because obviously this is super important. We have a couple of areas we can get there. They probably should have been done a lot earlier in the day, but we're going to do this as much as we can now. So we're going to have access to steel. Obviously, we're not going to be using it until things get frozen over, because hell will freeze over in this current situation. Without the way, we're going to go for the generator range upgrade, I think. I'm going to get this to cover 2 central areas. It obviously costs a bit more, and I'll be able to eventually move these out the way, or destroy them. It'll be a bit of a waste, but I think it needs to be done. These need to be moved further back. They're a little bit too close. Let's get this carried on. We're getting more research and resources gone. We're clearing out all the resources around me. Things are looking okay if people stopped being ill. There's a lot of people at this current time very much out of it. But we're getting a lot more back. Scouts have reached promontory. What have we got? We've got some more food and a bit more wood. Good. Now we're going to go to the barren hollow, which I'm imagining has absolutely nothing. Well done, Scouts. You're doing great. Only I don't think you'll be doing good there. Please find some better places. Okay, the range upgrade has been done. I don't really know what else we could do research-wise. Currently my people are all out working till 8. We might just grab enough resources, but I don't think we will. We're going to take the engineers out of here and have them do other jobs. Scouts have reached the South Snow Dune. We have found a buried hamlet. Thank you, Snow Dune. So the Scouts in the South team are going to keep going south. So hopefully the South team does better than the North team. The North team is obviously going to be finding nothing. Another day and a half till we figure out what they've gotten now. So we have to survive a little bit more freezing. We've now hit -40, which means all of the outdoor piles are freezing. We now have a significantly more problematic problem. But we are now hitting the it isn't really surviving stage. We need more food. Fair. We had to turn these off as some people were missing from them. We are going to be suffering a little bit more because obviously we can't work on the outdoor coals anymore because it is freezing and frostbite is kind of a certainty. We have now reached a barren hollow, and it was barren. We have a mountainside cave, a supply trailer. Okay, we'll hit the mountainside cave first, So I imagine the supply trailer probably has supplies in it. So we're going to hit that one there, then go back and hit those. It would probably take maybe a couple of days. So we should have supplies back when this temperature freezes hell over. Let's hope for the best. We're going to be giving our people soup. People will be discontented having soup if we have to use it. But soup will mean we get more food. And also, obviously, we still have discontent dropping from when they have all the alcohol in it. So we're going to have soup and alcohol. We can go back to standard meals, but soup is probably needed because it's going to get cold and my hunters might have to not go out very soon. One thing to note, we might actually have some people passing away. Oh, let's see. Terminally ill but being treated. Terminally ill but being treated. I think I know where all my amputees are coming from. That's slightly worrying. I shouldn't have sent the children out to grab cold from the cold. South team has reached the hamlet and found people. Yes, 10 more children, 11 more workers. No, 15 workers, 11 engineers. Bring them back. They'll be here in a day and a half. Perfect. South team, you're doing great. North team has reached the mountainside cave and found raw food and wood. We'll definitely take that. We'll travel back to here. Then we're going to go hit the supplies. Let's grab some more supplies in the name of me. Okay, a new law is being brought in. We're going to have a care house. So the gravely will be in a care house to get less food. Hope will rise. We are, of course, going to need a care house. We're going to add that in to our nicer area. Obviously, this area here. And this fits in perfectly to this place. Look at that. Excellent. Let's put this in here. And there we go. We now have a care house being built for the gravely ill. That will help out significantly. Although this is a problem. There's a little gap here I won't be able to use. I have doomed it to be useless to me. But everything else is coming up nicely. Steelworks is active. We have steel coming in to get some more houses for new people, which will be needed. We have another steam hub here. So I need to turn this thing on 24/7. We are doing okay-ish, although tomorrow will tell. It's now got to -50. This is now danger zone. I've got this coal plant working 24 hours a day and we're only just making coal. So this is not a good sign because this will run out in 24 hours. This means we definitely need a second coal plant. We still have children out in the freezing area and people are getting gravely sick because of it. So we're going to have to just straight up pull people off of the externals. We do not have good options here anymore. This is now a problem. Food, however, just hit full. So we're actually very good on food. We maybe have to pull our guys in for a little bit. That is pretty damn good. 3 days of rations. Ooh, nice. That will help out. And my people up north have found steam cores. Yes, we have just found 2 steam cores. That is another iron mine just here. We have another iron mine. They're going to come back with us. Yes, victory. In a day and 20 hours. How close is that? That puts them there. We'll get an entire day of coal and then we freeze to death. Excellent. This will be close. We've just gained our first death. That's a problem. And we can't get rid of disposal laws. We've just gained our first death. That's a big issue. We now need to actually start doing that. Who died? Who died? Well, who was it important? They were a engineer, I think. That's an issue, but we'll take a death rather than the entire world falling to pieces, I guess. And now we've had severe frostbite. Someone else has just lost a limb. Considering we have our first death, we're definitely going to be getting a cemetery. This is sadly very needed. Oh, cemetery. So now we're going to start burying people. It is what it is. We're going for the next tier of research as well while we're at it. That will give us something to do. Our engineers are happy to do that. You know, while we still have houses. And we now have hope. And we have dead people. So that's going to be okay, I think. Although we are gaining more and more amputees, and we haven't even hit the first store. Research is going up. I could get a better steam hub range upgrade. I might be going for that. But what we really need is better heaters. Better heaters are what we need. And of course we're going to get another coal plant over here. That should see us through to maybe 2 whole days of freezing weather. We'll have to see. We might survive. The city must survive. We're going for a new law. We're going for the neighbourhood watch. We need watchtowers in my base now. They're going to help us see what our people are doing. So we're going to have some of these in places I've apparently already very strategically placed. And one's over here in the cold zone. That's a freezing zone. We're going to build you and then immediately have no one be there because that is currently frozen. But we have towers. Our people are now being watching, Wachowski. We're about to hit the storm. There'll be 2 days of absolute hell. Maybe my people get very discontent, we'll all leave. But we have to hope for the best. Currently both my coal things are running. We have enough coal for half a day. That's not the best. We'll be shutting down anything not needed. And we're going to put our city into lockdown. Whether that works is going to be a testing matter. Very much so. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, a new day has started and we are hitting storm. It is now here. We are now frozen. So we're going to go overdrive for the first day to keep the heat running. As you can see, a lot of our houses are cold. But it's the best we can do. We can push up to this, I think. But yeah, we can't have 2 temp and 2 temp. We just have to be cold. A new law is being signed. Everyone's going to have morning gatherings. We need a bit of hope. And we need it to be now, because discontent is massively, massively rising. There's nothing we can do here. Okay, we're halfway through the second day of the storm. We're about to survive. Obviously, the temperature's dropping more. So we're currently at level 2 steam. I've actually upgraded my ability to get to steam level 2. We actually have more efficiency on the coal, so it uses less coal. We also have access to foreman now. Cost 10 supplies, but I make my people significantly more working. So we have officially survived the storm, and as soon as it gets warmer, we can start doing more exciting things. We're about to do it. We're just about to survive. We are actually going to run out of coal just as we hit the new day, but we have survived our first storm. Just there. We are now safe. Oh my god, we're now safe. We can go back to doing regular things. Let's get food. Let's get resources. Let's get everything back to running again. Although it's suddenly a little bit more dangerous. We just gained generator congestion? Our generator's now congested, so it's now using even more coal. That's a problem. But we should be able to solve it with the fact we do actually have 2 coal plants running. We're going to keep this going up. We're going to make sure our people are, in fact, you know, happier. But yeah, that's a problem, that is. That is a big problem. With a new day, we actually have our scouts out doing stuff. We have, obviously, the coal running. We need a lot more coal running very, very soon. But we have found food and wood good. And then keep on exploring. In fact, go to the rock gate and go that way, I think. You've just gained the access to prosthetics. We are still, sadly, gathering lots of coal from over here. People will freeze. We have 5 people needing amputations. So eventually we're going to start grabbing the next tier. We need access to a factory. Of course, we could build one now, but I also want to get to the next tier of resource. So we're going to be grabbing tier 3 of the research so I can actually get more coal up and running. Our priority is not the factory, sadly enough. It's the next tier of coal mining, which is a steam coal miner. It basically doubles our resources, and that's what we're after. So that'll be our next research. I changed my mind. One of the researches I wanted was better steel works. We always need steel, so now we have a steam steel works. That will give us access to more resources and be a lot more insulated. Now we're grabbing the next tier. So yes, then we're going to go grab coal with that. I want to see what these guys find. Okay, the team up north has found steel, coal and wood. We are taking all of that. Then we're going to go to the desolate valley and carry on. The other team has carried on moving over to here because there's a full-on camp, which means we're going to get survivors. And eventually, for our next tier, we're going to get some more people. We definitely need some more scout teams out there on the field. So we're going to get to tier 4, get the 3rd and final scout team, and we're going to see what we can find, because we need more people. We're currently in the middle tier, so we're just exploring things. So mostly what we'll be doing right now, steam lorry, we'll be grabbing resources that we need. So steam lorry should give me something nice, at least steel, maybe cores. But yeah, next couple of days, not really much is going to change. We need supplies, we need resources, so anything which changes will be because of my people. So let's see what this team has found. Are you the one I was waiting for? They are survivors. What have you got? 15 engineers, 11 workers. There we go. Oh, we've just found access to the Victoria class dreadnought. That is important. It actually gives me stuff I need to grab. So the team which is going out with my people, or coming back with my people, will go out and get it again. We also have access now to the beginnings of our steam coal plant, which will double the amount of resources we're getting. We had to use our last core. With that being said, apparently here's our cores. We gain 2 more cores. You're going to go up to here, Grab this, and then we'll be able to put in something else. I'm thinking we're going to upgrade the wall drill next. The people who just got here, we just arrived with all the extra ones, are now all very ill. Everyone who arrived is now very cold, so that's absolutely strained my medical system. These people are 3 days of being ill. That stopped a lot of things. Just going to grab a thumper as well. We're going to do a bit of cold thumping, just in case we need it. We shouldn't do, but let's do it just in case. With the actual coal rising now, as you can see here, this is this river formant, which is 90. It was 66. And our team of the cause has found even more resources at the abandoned wreck. We'll take all of this. And this team is now going to be heading straight back to base. Good. Those extra cores will give me one more upgraded coal plant. We have reached the Dreadnought. So there's a relic in here. So we're going to explore it safely because we can. And bring back a relic of the past. Tier 3 steam is now unlocked. Our people are now warmer, although that's going to be a temporary factor until we get to day 23. The scout team just got back with the cores. That is good. We can now upgrade our coal to be even more. And I realise we can't actually upgrade the wall. We do kind of need a factory. We need to start making some prosthetic limbs, so we need a factory instead. I am sorry, people. And we've just gained rejected automaton designs. That will be useful. We need to grab some more things, although everything is getting further and further away. To grab that could be a long journey. We have to research. We now have access to factories. We're going to build one immediately just here. That will give us obviously better construction, automatons if we get any more cores, and it will help us out. Okay, half of our buildings are now becoming houses. That will give us extra survivability. We obviously have tier 3 heating if we need it. We don't right now. We have gained access to a few other things. We can't do any more upgrades. I'd like to obviously get the cookhouse going. I like flying houses for better heating. Well, eating and better industrial, especially insulation. We just need to survive a little bit longer. We are doing well, but the storm is still coming and my crews are out there in the danger zone. We'll be putting them back, maybe. They might die. I'm okay with that if they do. Although, more steam cores! Yes! I'm no longer okay if they die. Come back, my glorious beauties! Steam cores! Let's get an automaton out. We've reached the research station. We just found steel. That was absolutely useless. All of my scouts will now be hiding before the storm hit. We are battening down the hatches. We are prepared for the storm. We should be good to go for most of it. We're going to be supercharging these. We obviously have this brought up. We are okay to go. Of course, a few things will get a little bit uncomfortable for a bit, but we will be able to survive. So I'm going to meet you after this storm has hit. Our first automaton has just been built. Look at it coming out of the system. And we don't really want these areas to be okay, as it were. They're not going to run as good as regular because it's an automaton, but 70% is still better than nothing. And just like that, we've survived the storm. Look at that go. Everything's cooling down, or heating up, whatever. We have 2 automatons now. This one's currently gathering coal out in the open. We're going to get rid of that soon. It's going to be moving to somewhere else. We've survived. Things are a little bit colder, and they're going to continue to get colder. Tier 4 is nearly there. Once Tier 4 is researched, we're going straight into grabbing the extra. Animal migration, less food for hunters. Cool! Hunters are bringing less food. Faster explorers is what we're after. Faster explorer team. Well, this one survived out in the open. We need more wood though. And now with our hunters being useless, we significantly need that. So that's caused a few problems. One team is going into a small airship. Another team is going into the round rock. I'd like the third team to be going towards the lying rock because it's probably lying about what it's doing. The first scout team has found steel and wood. That is good. Let's go for the ice obelisk. Go that way, see what you can find. Other team has found me. Absolutely nothing. There's an empty campsite and a rock spire. We're obviously going to go for the empty campsite and see what we can find. We have access to an additional scout team, which is good because we're going to be needing them because food, of course, is a major issue. We need some cores. One of our people has finally died. Day 30. Julia Clifford, the child. So I've literally put our food up permanently because we need more food. And the children are dying to make our food. That's a problem. But we're, what, 30 days in? I think after a month, 2 deaths, that's great. And the lying rock was, in fact, not lying. An engineer requires one of my automatons. It won't work for 24 hours, but it might just help me out. Now I've got one working on here, and I'm pretty sure it's grabbed that one. It has. So you're going to do your job for 24 hours. This team's going to have to go back out into the cold. And our new and improved towers are giving me access to patrols. And they're keeping an eye on everybody. No one will be able to hide. We found something out here called an unfinished construction. I'm very curious about that. So this team's going out over here. We have faster scouts now. We also have over here a cave of light. We have more people about to come in. And a wrecked steamer. So we have maybe some cores and some people. Of course, some of our people are a little bit... Wait, what is this? This guy wants a steam core to make our automatons better. We need him to keep working. We need a steam core. Please be a steam core in the wreck. There was no steam core in the wreck. We did get a lot of coal and some wood. This is actually a massive blow to us. We need to get this research up to get 100% efficiency. The Cave of Lights did indeed get survivors. That's a lot of engineers and workers and children. That is another 6 houses I need to build. That means we need even more food. We need more cores because this hothouse will not keep us running for much longer. And we still don't have any hunters doing hunter things. The unfinished construction was just an unfinished construction. We've just a large building now, a building. It looks pretty epic. We're going to loot it. I've not found any cores. The cores are, of course, the big one. Without the cores, we could be the screwed. We brought back the people. That is great. We have even more people. Not exactly sure what to do with them, but they're here. More people. I need to heal everything. We're okay with this. Everything is fine, even though they're just tents. We need to get the infirmary up and running next, I feel. The overturned sled was just steel. We are now... Oh, a buried dreadnought. It will, of course, be a bit more tech, and not exactly what we wanted, but you never know. It might give something useful eventually. This is becoming problematic because there are no cores. And of course, the next storm may wipe out all of my cores. We found cores in a huge crate. Yes, we found cores. We found 3 cores. Okay, we can now get another hothouse down and upgrade the hothouses. That is great. That is glorious. We found cores. We found another Hulk. Not only have we found one over here, we found another one. We're just finding more and more pieces of Hulks. That buried one over there. So we've gained ourselves another relic. We'll be bringing that back and we should be okay. The city is growing and expanding. We've put a temporary heater down here right next to the other heaters because we need this house to be up and running. A lot of our people are ill. We've obviously lost a few limbs, but we are actually pretty good to go. Of course, a few of our children are overexhausting themselves, cooking food all night, but they are learning a valuable trade job. And then another one died. The government would still be proud of them. We'll grab this one too. The more buried dreadnoughts, the better. Perfect. We have access to the infirmary when we get some more cores. With the cores back, we can now finally start doing something important. The biggest things, of course, are going to be another hothouse. We definitely need another hothouse. Build here like that. Then we can put 2 in, as you can see. We're going to get an infirmary down. These are significantly more important because obviously they're really good at healing, really good at helping. Get a couple of these down, we'll be good to go. I will start moving some of this stuff around by deleting them. Temporarily, they're in the right place at the right time. Then we need to get some resources up and running. And finally, we gained another relic, and this one has just arrived. So our teams are going to be staying in base because another storm's about to be hitting us. As you can see, the city grows. We have a medical centre, housing sector, beginnings of a food sector. We're going to be sorting this all out. Automatons can now be used at medical facilities. That's actually going to be a big one. So now I can just put automatons any of the medical facilities we like. Thank you. That core has actually been quite useful. The city's growing. We're gathering more resources. We're upgrading the hunters' huts to be flying hunters' huts. And we are steadily doing everything we need to do. We now need to start sorting out how things should look. So after the next storm and things get cooler, I'm going to be removing and moving about some of the buildings. There's a lot of them in the wrong places. An update of what we're doing. We've run out of food. People are currently freezing. And there's 5 people buried in the graveyard. We are doing what we can. If someone got stepped on by the automatons, all the children over here are freezing to death. So but we should be okay as soon as this comes up because we'll be a lot safer. We've made it. We've made it through. Okay, everyone who possibly can is going to grab me some food right now. We need food. We need it quickly. We've survived. Everyone's alive. Several people are not, but everyone of importance alive. The scouts are now going to find useful things. Good news. Our scouts aren't going to find good things. They're going to have their speed halved this time round. So at least we have food. The city is looking a lot more complete. The residential area is going on. We've got a very small temporary coal thumper over here with heating set up. That's just for extra coal. We have more doing that. We've gotten rid of one of the hothouses and made an industrial hothouse. It's about the same, but obviously better off. Gained a lot more people who've come back. One more relic, and we're going to have to wait till the storm. Now, there's not really much things that can stop us at this point, because ironically, on endless mode, once you get to this level, there's not much we can stop us, literally at all. We just need a few more cores to upgrade these to the highest level, And then we are basically set for as long as we can. We survived another storm, so I've sent out the crew, because what we still need is a lot of cores. We're building out a lot more things. As you can see, we suddenly have an awful lot more of these flying fishing huts over here. I'm just trying to get things going on. We have plenty of food, plenty of supplies. It's time to keep expanding. Our new thing is our hothouses only work at 10% efficiency. That's not going to be an issue because I have food and I have a lot of people out hunting now. Active scouting has so far given me no supplies, although I think we're about to find 2 different sets of people. We've just passed day 50. The next storm is on its way. We have found a load more survivors and there are no cores. We have 3 more in-game days before the storm hits, so no cores this cycle. We found a buried dreadnought, but we won't be able to make it in time. We found steam cores. This is now the most valuable scout team ever. They should just make it. We've gained 3 more steam cores. Done a double upgrade one of the coals and regular upgrade the other one. That'll give us enough coal to survive everything. To celebrate being untouchable, we now have propaganda. Propaganda will make our people happier and bring law and order to this unruly court. And right next to the propaganda will be the archives, so they can see the past and know what the future entails under my iron fist. The colony has pure propaganda. Order will dawn on this city with an iron fist. All hail me. The cores are back. So, we cannot fully upgrade everything, so I want an extra thing on the field, but we are going to be fully upgrading one of our coal mines. Okay, the cores are back, so we're going to upgrade both of our coal mines. That'll be super powerful, give us all the resources needed, and the final one will of course be going into another droid. We need more automatons on the field so our people will never have to work again. Just listen to the glorious propaganda about me. We are now deploying agitators so we can actually do propaganda to all the most effective places. All the factories will now get a massive boost because I'm telling them what they need to know. And we're going to have them in random places as well because let's face it, it's sometimes nice to have your people get told what to do in the best places possible. They better listen. We've just hit another end of the storm. I think the city's actually at a stage where it will survive. We have a lot of storage over here for food. We have scouts who can find even more cores. Our city is now officially self-sufficient. Then there's no way we can actually fail to anything. Even if all of our steam core facilities fail, which can be an option, we actually have enough other buildings to keep on running. We are self-sufficient. Let's see if we can just get some more cores. Now, I'll be honest, we don't really need any more iron cores. 2 of my teams now have 2 cores each. So we have 4 more cores on the way. That's more buildings, more automatons. We are now completely self-sufficient. We can now just glide through till day 100. We are now secure. And it's time for a new order. Some people may die. Hope will never be a problem. And a public execution space will be done. Let's send in the guards. I now rule here with an iron fist. There we go. Be prepared. Because now there is no escape from my glorious and just rule. 60 days in, give or take, I have taken 2 months to completely and totally dominate their minds. I think things are going to go well, with only a little bit of bloodthirst. The night of changes. 16 people died. Only them. They'll be known as glorious martyrs to the cause. They fell protecting us. They weren't agitators. It says 12. Oh. And we are okay. It's sad that they had to go, but they died in the great way. Let's carry on. We have officially researched every single technology in the game now. At day 62, everything has been researched. All we have now is the law. So welcome to the new law of prisons. People who don't like me are going to jail. The prison is now active. We now have people here. Lovely, lovely people who will go to jail. We also have a few parks around it, so that it looks nice, despite the fact that you will go to a lovely, lovely gulag. Day 67, all 3 of my coal mines, I have 3 of them now, are advanced coal mines, and they have automatons running them. We have automatons on all of the external buildings, and we still have spare cores. So we now have the entirety of the external area either full of resources or run by automatons. So we don't really have any more issues. We have plenty of food, plenty of supplies. We are now completely sufficient, like genuinely completely sufficient. And we have 429 people. We are just about to hit day 75 after the night. We now have enough coal for 4 days, running at full capacity everywhere. We are making more coal than we're using. We have huge amounts of raw food for 6 days. We have huge amounts of food rations. We are officially comfortable. The city is now basically complete. As you can see, this area here is massive scale. We've suffered a minor issue that our steam cores are seizing. So 90% of our steam cores and automatons are having problems, but we have coal for 3 days, give or take, and it's going to be resolved in 4 days, 5. So we should be able to survive. Everything else is just optional with all the extra dreadnoughts we keep finding. The coal issue will be resolved with 2 hours to spare. So even the coal issue was still resolved in the end successfully. We now have too much coal, too much food. We are glorious, and we've got even more people. We've just hit day 90. There are no more issues. There are more survivors on the way. We are doing great, although there is a bit of an issue with the fact that our steam areas are a little bit smaller. But if you ignore that, we're doing really well. Day 95, nothing new has happened. We seem to be going quite okay. Temperature still a little bit on the nippy side, but I think we're about to be okay. Everything is looking good. There are more towers involved. There's plenty of automatons walking about. We definitely want to make sure people know they're being watched. Because they don't know they're being watched, how do they know to be good people? Day 97, 2 more relics are on the way. We did not fill this up, but we got pretty close at 12. And just like that, we have hit 100 days. The city is thriving. I see no issues going on. And to celebrate, we're going to have a storm arrive. There we are, storm has arrived. But the city, as you can see, is massively, massively thriving. We have a huge residential area over here. We have a couple of gardens within it, because we can. We have multiple towers keeping an eye on things. We have 3 active coal mines with mechs working on them. We've had resources filled for days. Our actual industrial area of all the resources is fine. We even have spare cores just in case. We even have spare mechs wandering around like the yellow Midlander. We have survived 100 days. This was my first 100 days attempt. If you guys enjoy it, please tell me and I'll do more. This took many hours of work. I enjoyed it. I'm definitely be doing a more exciting game at the end because there was nothing happening for the last 50 days. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I've been the Fallen Shogun. 0 to 100 days, Frostpunk. Goodbye.